What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Monday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Sports Talk Matt. BettingPros is at BettingPros. And if you were following me on Twitter yesterday, you saw me crying over what happened yesterday. 0-4, getting blitzed, not good. Just had some bad breaks, leading with the Warriors, winning by 1. Laying 2, the only number that could have beat us with a Warriors victory was that 1. And if you bet money line, congratulations, I laid the 2. And it didn't matter for me because I get the L on that. Klay Thompson missing 2 free throws. And then I still can't figure out why they didn't review that play at the end of the game with the ball going off out of bounds off of Bane. That should have been Golden State possession, foul, 2 more free throws. We get a chance to cover, if not push on the 2. Ja misses the layup at the buzzer, and it's a 1-point win for the Warriors. Big win for Golden State. Bummer for us on that. And basketball, I mean, the Celtics got just blasted at home. I mean, the Milwaukee Bucks are just going to be a problem. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a problem. I've been saying it for a while. I mean, I didn't bet Boston to win the series for that reason. I thought they'd win game 1, and I thought they'd cover 4.5. I thought they'd win the game and win the game, not easily, but I thought without Chris Middleton, Boston had so many open shots. The over in this series is going to be a good bet, okay? I know I bet it and I missed it, okay? But Boston shot 40-some-odd threes and missed so many of them. Everyone's saying it's that defense. Nah, man, not the defense for the Bucks. Boston just missed a ton of shots. Jaylen Brown's hamstring's not great. That's pretty obvious. But Jason Tatum missed a ton of bunnies, a bunch of threes. I mean, Pritchard comes off the bench, hits his first 2, and then misses his next 7 threes. Like, it was brutal to watch that. So, just missed shots. So, I think the over is going to be a pretty decent bet here. Boston's laying 4 in game 2. I'm probably going to come back on the over in that game. I think the over is probably a pretty good bet. I'm not positive Boston's, most likely they win game 2, but I don't know if they win game 2. Giannis is a big problem. I wouldn't be confident enough to bet it for that matter. But so Boston blows the 2-leg parlay. Warriors do their part. They win, but Boston does not. So it's an 0-4 day. Unfortunately, not the way we want to do it. However, I'm going to come back here. I've got 4 bets for you, 3 today and 1 future to jump in on in the NHL playoffs. You can use the BetMGM offer, $10 bet to win $150 on any event. Promo code JUICE150 when you sign up for a new account with BetMGM. All right, let's start with the NBA, and let's start with Dallas and what's going on with the Warriors here, who have quickly become a team that I'm really liking a lot. So they're on the road at Phoenix. WinBet's got this number at 6. Most books are at 4 or at 5.5. So there's a chance this number is going to climb here, and you may be able to get a better number. You might get 6, 6.5, but WinBet's got it at 6 here at the time of taping. So Dallas on the road this season, 27-17 ATS. Phoenix at home this year actually has a losing record ATS, 21-23. Against the Western Conference, Phoenix 31-27, but Dallas is 39-18-1 against the Western Conference. Dallas has covered 5 consecutive games. And Dallas going back, now they played Phoenix in kind of a weird situation back in November due to COVID. They played 2 games on the road at Phoenix. They lost both games, but they covered both games. They were catching 8.5. They lost by 7 and they lost by 8. Now, razor thin margin, but they did cover. The game in Dallas, they did not play all that well up against Phoenix. Phoenix gets the win and Phoenix covers. Was it easily? I think it was pretty easy. Hold on. I think it was a blowout. Yeah, there it is. Oh, well, no, they're catching 2.5. They lost by 8. So that was at Dallas. That was at Dallas. Home dogs lost by 8 to Phoenix. So they're 2-1, 0-3 straight up, but 2-1 ATS. You got Luka. You got this new 3-point shooting offense for Dallas. I got 6 points on the road with Booker. Maybe some confidence waning here for Phoenix with the way that they've played. And in game number 1, at home, laying 10, they won by 11 points. They just barely covered. So maybe we get a 5-point win here for the Phoenix Suns, and Dallas covers. I think it's going to be sweaty. I think it's going to be tough, but, let's keep going here and not shy away from the NBA just because yesterday went so poorly. Let's take Dallas. Take the 6 points. Mavericks +6 for a half a unit here. We're taking Dallas on the road in game 1 to keep it close against the Phoenix Suns. The next game, I have no idea what to do with. I mean, I think if you're making a line and you're betting on what to do, I mean, a player prop I might jump in on is James Harden for a triple-double, because James Harden's going to have to be all worldly without Joel Embiid. Now, Joel Embiid may play in game 3 or game 4, but game 1, he's not playing. We know this. So, on the Phoenix, on the second game with what to do with Philadelphia and Miami. 7.5 is a big number. I lean Philly on that, but I can't bet it. I don't know what to make of it without seeing Embiid on the court. I don't know what to do with it. So triple-double potentially. I saw that at 40 or points, rebounds, and assists. I think it was 41.5 for James Harden. I think I may jump in on that. I don't know. I'll be involved with a player prop for sure, though, with James Harden. Just given his added, he's going to need to be everything in this game on the road at Miami and whatnot. But no official play at all on that. Okay, one baseball bet. Let's get involved with the Twins. All right, let's jump on here. Let's have some fun with the Twins. So the Twins this year are actually not that great on the run line. They're 10-12 on the run line. They're throwing Chris Paddock, who comes over from San Diego. It's had a pretty good start so far. 1.16 whip, 3.68 ERA. Kind of had a bad luck starter so far because he's 0-2 with a 3.68 ERA. But if you look at the numbers so far with the Twins, I mean, he's pitched well enough to win all 3 of these games. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs in his first start against the Dodgers. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and a 2-0 loss on the road at Kansas City. And then his 1 win last time out against the Tigers, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, and he gets the 5-4 win against the Tigers. So you've got Paddock going today on the road against the Baltimore Orioles, who just got a big win over the Red Sox. They scored 9 runs. They won the series. They're throwing Tyler Wells here. 0-2 with a 5.54 ERA. And look, this team right now is hot for the Twins. They're 13-9. They've won 2 games in a row, but they've won 5 of their last 6, and they're beating people on the run line when they're winning. 5-4 over Detroit wasn't there, obviously. That was the last time that Paddock started, but 5-0, 7-1. They lost 6-1, 9-1, 9-3. Getting the wins here. You get plus money. You actually get plus 110 right now on the Twins on the run line against the Orioles. Half a unit. Let's ride it. Twins, they're the hottest team in baseball. 5-5 on the road. It's going to win on the run line. Let's jump on Chris Paddock. Run line Twins plus 110 for a half a unit. And then let's talk hockey. All right, let's talk hockey. And let's start first with tonight. And then I got a series bet that I want to make here as well. The first bet is Blues and the Wild. The total at WinBet is 6. Now, it's heavy on the juice, minus 125. But these teams have played 3 times this year. 10, 7, and 11 goals scored. If you look at on the year where these teams ranked, the Minnesota Wild were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th in hockey to the over. 47, 33, and 2 to the over. St. Louis Blues, not much worse. 44, 34, and 4 here. I love this solid number of 6. I think at worst, we're getting a push out of this. I'll lay the minus 125. We're going over 6 goals at minus 125 for the Wild and the Blues in game 1 of their best of 7 series coming up here in the NHL playoffs. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. You might say, hey, Matt, it's the playoffs. They're going to score less. Maybe. These 2 teams don't really play that way, okay? Wild were 31, 8, and 2 at home. Blues were 23, 12, and 6 on the road. They both play well in these respective places, home and on the road. Both ended the year with scoring goals here for the Wild. 9, 9, 8, 5, and 5 over the last 5. For the Blues, 11, 8, 9, 9, and 4 over the last 5 for goal totals. I'm going to play against the narrative that that games in the postseason are tightly played and low scoring. It's not hockey anymore. Over 6, -125 for a half a unit for the Blues and the Wild. And I got a full unit bet that I want to make here on the series between Tampa Bay and Toronto. Tampa Bay is even money to win this series. Even money, okay? These teams split the season series 2 games apiece, each winning 1 game at home and 1 game on the road. But do you think I am trusting the Toronto Maple Leafs in the postseason up against the 2-time defending NHL Stanley Cup winning Tampa Bay Lightning? I mean, you got to be off your rocker here if you think this Toronto team is going to somehow kick off all of these horrific endings to their season. This curse that they've had on them, blowing 3-1 leads and just, I mean, there may be a chance to come back and bet this if they go up 2-0 or something, to come back and bet them to blow it, because that's what the Maple Leafs do. Maple Leafs blow in the postseason. They stink in the postseason. I don't know how you back this. I got plus money on Tampa. To me, I think this is almost like a gift. This is like, I mean, you're helping me out here by giving me this. And I mean, I don't know, man. They lost to the Canadiens 4-3, blowing that lead, that 3-1 lead last year. I know it's a different season, different times, but they lost in the first run to the Canadiens. You had the wonky COVID year in 2019, 2020, but then you had lost in the first round to the Bruins in 2018-19, lost in the first round to the Bruins again in 2017, 2018. I got the Cup champs, 1 unit full. Toronto to win the series and advance at even money. Tampa Bay rather, even money to beat Toronto. Lightning, even money, 1 unit for them to win and advance, and we might play off of it. We may bet, depending on how the odds go, you may come back. If Maple Leafs go back, we get big plus money in the Maple Leafs. You may be able to bet on the Maple Leafs to come back, have a chance to play off of it. That's how I am playing this. Tampa Bay, even money to win the series in advance over the Toronto Maple Leafs for 1 unit. All right, so 3 bets going today, 1 future bet as well here, but 2 bets in the NHL. Dallas +6 tonight against Phoenix in game 1 of their best of 7 semifinal in the Western Conference. Twins on the run line at +110 up against the Baltimore Orioles here today. Tampa Bay to win the series, even money, and over 6 goals. Blues in the Wild at -125 for us today. Let's get back on the horse. Have a better day than Sunday. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by BetMGM.